Welcome back to the Super Smash Bros. Project number, was it number 112? 114, excuse me. Yeah, which is Earthbound Beginnings. As the first thing you'll notice, screen's a little bit different. And yeah, no, I took my friend's advice and decided to focus primarily on a bigger screen. I did a lot of changes, and honestly, I think the changes are for the best. If you're watching this on mobile, you should be able to see it far more clearly. In general, it's better, and I was influenced largely by the Nado Fett and how he was doing his streams. So yeah, it's not perfect, but it's better than what it was before. Also, fix the volume. Volume's good. I think I'll stick with this kind of volume sound mixing for a while now. But right now, not the map, of course. Right now, as you see, we are level 14, which means 101 HP, 58 PP, a lot of experience and money. So, on to the zoo again. So I forgot to mention... Oh, wait, hold on. Gotta talk to them. I've heard about your wonderful adventures. You're so brave, aren't you? See, yes. Don't get so swell-headed, ha ha ha. Let's see, what if we say no? No. You're brave. I hope we can meet again sometime. Yes, I'm so happy to show my gratitude. Take my gift. This shiny badge will guard you. Keep it. And I believe that's actually a really important one. Franklin badge. Yeah, I think we already kind of have it equipped. I'm curious if you say no. No. You probably already have something special. Okay. I want to thank you again for your help. Pippi is fine now. Yeah, the Franklin badge is actually something we will need very shortly. Right now, everything's just essentially 1 or 2 hit KOs. Learn new PSI power through battle. We won't really need to use any PSI anything for a while now. But, getting into more fights. But yeah, the Franklin badge that we got, as you know, is an item, and starting with Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And if you know its function in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, you also know its function in Earthbound. It carries the same function. Fight after fight. Smash! The hippie suffered damage of 1. You win! Okay. But right now we are strong enough to go through the zoo. Even against elephants, against tigers, or anything like that. We probably won't be grinding whole lots this stream. I mean, we will need to get to like level 15 at least by then. But like, you know, we'll probably get there just by fighting, you know, just by going through everything. Because there's only one more level, and some of these enemies around the zoo give you a lot of experience. Okay, let's go zigzag a little through the zoo. Some bunnies. Oh no, let's check. We also have a couple of health items with us as well, so if we happen to have any trouble or anything like that, we can still do that. But yeah, alligators and hyenas are not a problem. At some points, we also face gorillas, also not really a problem. No problem. Swear you're supposed to be able to read that. Ah, speaking of gorillas, not an issue though. This takes a couple of hits, I think. And, you know, they don't, at least to us, they don't really hit that hard. So it's not a problem. Let's just go inside. Pandas. Okay, let's where if we go this way? There's the elephants. Elephants were the ones that originally I really had a hard time with, but now not the worst. So, yay for leveling up, well, yay for grinding. And they give a lot of XP, so. Yeah, they give out like 60 experience. That's really good. That is really good. Oh, here's a sign we can read. One of a kind. See the amazing singing monkey. Yeah, I wonder where the monkey is. Now we're almost at the end. We're going to the superintendent's office of the zoo. City Zoo, Superintendent's Office. Okay, we're here. So for this, we can just kind of explore. Enemies aren't too hard. Now let's check. 10 opened the present. There was rope. The 10 got rope. Which, oh, we are also... Let's see... Let us get rid... I don't know what the rope... Let's get rid of the crumbs. Open the present, there was antidote, and 10 got antidotes. Okay, that's good. Rat draws near. These guys absolutely suck. They either attack pitifully or just run away. And like it doesn't matter like how many allies they call, they just suck. They're just here to annoy you and nothing else. Presents. If I'm correct, though, present really only has bread. We don't really want that, so it's. So let's get out of here, actually. And I believe nothing. Let's go up. It's actually, this one does have something we might like. Let us. I should get rid of the hamburger. Life up cream. Yeah, that's, you know, that's probably pretty useful. But right now, what is this? Suddenly, from inside of the capsule, Starman Jr. draws near, the famous Starman. It's, I guess, a decent amount of damage. Ready for attack. Oof. And there he goes. Easy. Easy peasy. You win. And he goes off somewhere. The odd sound that drove the animals insane died down. The zoo once more became a safe place. Also means no more enemy encounters by the zoo. So really we can just, you know, explore things at our own pace now. But yeah, there's no people, really. So that's where the singing monkeys. Oh, we got our next melody. Nintendo remembered the tune. That is great. We have flamingos. We have nothing. Nothing. Penguins. Little penguins. We have more monkeys. Pandas. Bunnies. That looks to be about it. But right now we don't really need to get our health up. All these enemies are pretty easy. But we do need to go back to the mayor. The mayor did ask us to help with the zoo, and we helped. Monkey was not cooking with that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you know, throughout the game you have to collect 8 melodies, and it's just, it's one of several melodies. You find the complete melody later on. Wait, where the hell am I? Oh, never mind. I know where we are. I took a wrong turn. Oh, person. Yeah. Gotta... Okay. Oof. Another fight. You know, I noticed your name is Ryan Johnson. One letter off that and you'll be kind of like the Star Wars director. For The Last Jedi, you know, that one. Which, you know, I think the movie sucks, but I will also say that it's not entirely Ryan Johnson's fault. It's just they didn't have a plan. Let's talk. Why, if it's not our hero Nintendo, you have tiger droppings on your clothes. Haha, just joking. Now run along, kid. Massive thanks, right? Hello, Nintendo. How are you doing? Thank you. I've heard a rumor about a Wonder Girl. She will help you on your trip. Interesting. Anyway, it's like we're going down south first. Tried engineering the way. I mean, it is kind of white. I would say a whiter name is James Smith or John Smith. You know, I would probably say that's the whitest name. Or Bob Joe. I don't know. Oh, that's right. Something we have to do is heal a little bit. Let's see. Okay. Just checking messages. because, huh? I suppose so. You know, I did not grow up in a particularly white neighborhood. I grew up in, despite, growing up in the US, my school, my high school at least, last I checked was 85% Asian. So I was in that kind of neighborhood. Which, I do think that there are times in which, kids were a little bit cliquey, I guess. But, the good thing is that unlike the rest of the US, where anime was either nobody knew of its existence, or the people that did, thought anybody who liked it was kind of a loser. Everybody I knew watched anime. Every kid I knew watched anime. It was just a thing. I remember in my elementary school, everybody talking about like the different moves and stuff in Naruto. I was not really much of a Naruto kid. I did kind of like it, Shonen was like a really big thing at the time. I was more of an Inuyasha kid. I liked Inuyasha. I was getting to my like edgy phase. Thought Inuyasha was edgy as fuck. And so, I stuck to it. I did kind of like One Piece. I have some One Piece manga. Let's cook some prime ribs. And, but yeah, I was more of Inuyasha when in about 2010-ish, I encountered Bleach for the first time. That was when I was in middle school, which makes sense. Bleach is really popular among middle school kids. And so that became really my thing for a long time. I thought it was my favorite anime for a long, long, long time. Nowadays, I don't really have so much of a favorite anime. I did really, really like Toradora at the time. I still really like Toradora. But, yeah, no, it's hard to say. But I will say Madoka Magica, being a film student, Madoka Magica is actually, out of everything, is like one of my biggest film influences. Make pickles in your it kind of reminds me of Lilo, and Lilo and Stitch with the pickle people that should like put in a jar, like make voodoo dolls and stuff. Weird kid things. To be honest, in general, I hated high school. High school really sucked for me. Where's oh, yeah, I figured it out. Okay. First, let us go this way. No, not this way. This way. This way is where we need to go. But yeah, no, high school really fucking sucked for me. It's I still kind of think about it, sometimes, because, as much as, you want to be one of those that just kind of lets go and all that sort of thing, considering that you're still kind of developing in high school, it's a pretty big fucking deal if, you know, you have like terrible, I guess, social situations. Maryville. Let's talk. Until the curfew is lifted, no one can cross. That is by order of the town mayor. Psst, by the way, kid. They might let you across the bridge northeast of the zoo. Is he gonna say the same thing? Yes, she is. Okay. Guess we're going to the zoo again. But yeah, you know, in high school, I actually had to transfer because things just really were not going well. You know, that is how well, you know, they weren't going. I had to transfer, basically. And I mean, overall, it was probably for the best, though. There was always the thing with me where I feel like some part of my life was just lost. Too much crackhead energy for people to really bother in us. People bothered me. I mean, most of the time it wasn't like out of the way, but whenever, you know, just by existing, whenever I was, I guess, kind of in somebody else's space who did not like me for whatever reason, they will let me know. They really will let me know just how much they don't appreciate me existing near them. And so, you know, it was kind of... I remember there was a time in which I was talking to a friend, and eventually, like, his friends were interacting with him for something, and, you know, I still kind of wanted to talk to him, so I just kind of hung out in the area, and at some point, one of them just straight up tells me, why are you following us? You know, as if he wasn't a friend. So that was one of the times. I remember there were people who would basically refuse to touch anything I touched. I was holding a watch for someone. That person gave the watch to somebody else who also wanted to do whatever they were doing. So I handed the watch off to me. But once it got back, she was like, why are you holding it? She was saying, you know, why is he holding it? It's, and like, and then, you know, what just refused to look at me was just, you know, commanding him to wash it off. And then, you know, there was somebody else who refused to sit down where I sat. There was, yeah, it was just a bunch of stuff like that. And when it wasn't like that, it was just cold shoulders, you know, just icy eyes. It was not pleasant at all. Things did get better, you know, when I went off to my second high school. Yeah, I didn't face as much of that, but that's not to say that like everybody liked me, and I do remember there were still people who refused to look at me. Really, it's just, you know, to them I was kind of weird, I guess. Let's talk. Deep in the cave, there's a strange rock-like thing. It's so strange, you definitely should take a look. Yes, let us take a look.